it certainly shows while these two teams are rivals, there's still a lot of respect between the two. And in the grand scheme of things, as Coach Houston said, that game is more important than any that they've played so far. Let me put it to you this way, Bob. I've got one hand with a glove that's holding my mic. The other hand, no glove, holding my scripts. This hand can't really feel much as it's cold, and it's going to get worse as the sun goes down. Wilson Memorial Basketball moved its final practice before tomorrow's state semifinals to EMU to prepare for the bright lights, the open court, and the stanchion baskets. Well, the Redskins made a lot of noise towards the end of the season, mostly in the form of "you like that chance," but the crowd of over 81,000 people at FedEx Field went from a roar to a whimper with something that the Redskins didn't like, a loss for the first time in 5 games. But you can only imagine in 24 hours this place will be full of screaming Valley basketball fans. Tucked away behind the newly expanded left field bleachers is ESPN's production trucks, and this is where they're choosing the pictures for a national television audience to discover a true hidden gem in college softball. Crews are also making sure all the tools are ready. This here is a Dolphin. It's literally a squeegee for the dirt. As you move it along, the water collects inside that drum. When the Dolphin fills up, they just bring it right over here to this drain. They drop the nozzle, the water runs right out.
Sports Director David de Guzman on the road to Louisville, specifically Interstate 64 around Huntington, West Virginia. Hello there from the what I'll call the WHSV mobile unit. My photographer Vaughn is behind the wheel. Right now we are somewhere in between Charleston, West Virginia and Lexington, Kentucky. Now, when Abraham came to America, only one person spoke to Green yet here at Harrisonburg High School. So, Abraham, help me congratulate you on winning this weekly award.
Naiza Sumun.
Naiza Sumon.
Azia.
Azia.
Mrutz.
Morutz.
Sportenia.
Sportenia.
Abraham Amine.
Abraham Amine.
Cab Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Cab Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Nkwa.
Nkwa.
Hagoseka.
Hagaseka. In Harrisonburg, Andrew Clay, WHSV Sports.
Our sports department is spread out across the region, covering 2 big games today.
Yeah, Sports Director David de Guzman is in Richmond for tonight's state semifinal featuring the Spotswood girls basketball team.
Coming up in sports, I'm Andrew Clay. We're in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, as James Madison seeks his 3rd straight CAA tournament title. I'll have all the highlights and post-game reactions as the Dukes face Delaware in the semifinals.
And now, your WHSV Sports.
It's a big day for the Brooks household on the hardwood. Tonight, Kendall Brooks and the Spotswood girls play in the state semifinals in Richmond.
But first, Kendall's dad, JMU women's head coach Kenny Brooks, leads the Dukes in the CAA semifinals, and that's where Andrew Clay begins our postseason basketball coverage.
Kenny Brooks' favorite mantra this season has been, quote, the grind. And while that statement held true yesterday, as the Dukes need a 4th quarter comeback to beat the College of Charleston, today in the conference semifinals, the grind, well, was a bit short-lived against Delaware. The Dukes chasing a 3rd straight CAA tournament title. First quarter action, Jasmine Gwathmey getting into the swing of things. Dukes by 5 early, but how about this for a momentum boost? Dania Young hits her first career 3 ball. The freshman playing 13 minutes, scoring 8. Dukes in control at the break. There's more of the same in the second half. Gwathmey takes over, scoring 16 of her game-high 25 in the second half. She finished 10 of 21 from the field as the Dukes roll into tomorrow's title game, 68-47.
We were more loose in the locker room, a lot more smiles, a lot more laughs. You know, I think Didi was more of herself today, and that really helped us because she's more of an emotional player for us off the court than she really thinks.
The mindset that we have is we're not defending anything. You know, that what happened last year is last year. What happened the year before that year. We're hungry. This group's hungry. This group's hungry to win a championship, and we feel like we're chasing a championship as opposed to defending one.
Now this will be Madison's 17th trip to the CAA title game. They've already won 8 tournament championships. I'm Andrew Clay in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Let's now go to Richmond, where David de Guzman is with the Spotswood Trailblazers. Spotswood just 2 wins away from its 3rd state title in 4 years. The Trailblazers just getting underway here at the Siegel Center against Brookville, a team that they've beaten before in this postseason. The motto of this entire campaign for Spotswood has been to finish. That word is written on the front of the Trailblazers practice jerseys. They weren't happy with how the season finished last year, suffering an exit in the region quarterfinals. And while it's been a couple years since Spotswood has played on the Siegel Center floor, junior Addison DeLucas remembers how challenging it is to play in Richmond.
Just what at stake in the atmosphere. There's so many more people there. The gym is way bigger than it is at Spotswood. Just adapting to all of the things around you is mainly what affects people when they're playing.
State championships are hard to come by and they're precious, and so treat it with respect the game, and respect the opportunity you have, and let's make the best of it.
Tonight's winner will play Magna Vista tomorrow in the 3A state championship game. We will have an update on this 3A state semifinal between Spotswood and Brookville coming up tonight at 10, and of course video and reaction tonight on WHSV's 11 at 11. In Richmond, David Guzman, WHSV Sports.
Sports department very busy the last few days.
Certainly have been, and great news for the JMU women with their win, and let's keep our fingers crossed for the Spotswood girls.
All right, girls, good luck.
And what a way to end the regular season. The football gods have given us a matchup that lived up to the hype. Thank you so much for staying up late with us. I'm David Guzman.
And I am Andrew Clay. Welcome to week 11 of the WHSV ends, and many intriguing storylines heading into tonight's final night of the regular season with playoff implications all around the valley.
Luckily, though, you do not need any crazy playoff formulas to understand the matchup we're starting with. It is our game of the week, and this time it's a matchup we've been eyeing up since about the midseason. Undefeated Stewart's Draft against undefeated Riverheads. The Red Pride hasn't lost a regular season game since 2013. They're no stranger to a 10-0 mark.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stewart's Draft, the ground is a little uncharted right now, and the Gladiators have not been kind over the years to the Cougars. The last win over Riverheads came in 2010, and it was the only Gladiators loss that season. First drive for the Cougars, Xavier Gunn taking the pitch, and he tip and towing. He's towing down the sideline. Quick 7-0 lead for Draft early, but down 7-3. Riverheads gets Harrison Schaefer a score. He's as patient can be. Finds a hole, hits R2, and then lunges into the end zone. Gladiators lead 10-7 at the break. In the second half, Draft, though, going to the air. Check out this catch here by Robert Peck. He gets hit, but Harrison Schaefer strips him from behind. Riverheads recovers, and it's a huge turnover.
Oh, wow.
But no harm, no foul. After a Gladiators turnover, Peck with redemption. Garrett Campbell flying it right into the danger zone, but Peck out-jumping two defenders. An incredible top three nominee. Peck, 4 catches, 72 yards tonight to place it up a field goal. So we head to overtime, tied at 10. Third down for Riverheads. Chase Armstrong throwing the ball. Incomplete. Gladiators settle for a field goal, 13-10. Then Draft. Izzy Johnson and Izzy shuffle to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal now. And here comes the play of the night. Game, set, match. Dylan Lehman. It's a touchdown game winner as Stewart's Draft beats Riverhead 16-13 in overtime. The Cougars, the 2016 Shenandoah District Champions.
Thanks, guys. Wow, what a game. I am joined here by Nathan Floyd, coach of the now still undefeated Stewart's Draft Cougars. You know, since we are out on the field and it's just minutes after, we're going to ask you a different question. Just how are you feeling right now?
Unbelievable feeling. You know, I don't show a lot of emotion a lot of times, and but jumping up and down, running the field, you know, you can't hold that back. And you know, at this that type of moment, it's just a great play, great game.
On a night when few decided to take the field, those that did battled in wet and muddy conditions, while many others left with extra time to prepare.
We found out throughout the afternoon that our plans tonight were certainly going to change.
5 other contests will now be played on Monday. And now let's go to Victoria Wood, who is at the game. Here is her wrap-up from Stonewall Jackson High School.
Guys, tonight's matchup between Stewart's Draft and Stonewall Jackson was a bit of a washout in more ways than one. This is what's left of the Generals field, and if this gives you an idea, play was pretty sloppy.
The Fighting Lehman at R.A. Lee High School was one of the few teams that have their games postponed today, but that didn't stop Coach Geramo and his team from still practicing in the school's cafeteria.
Today on WHSV.
Every shoe I get for basketball, I put her initials on it just to let me know, you know, I'm doing this for my mom.
Stories of overcoming the odds
I've always thought about giving up, just don't give up.
And finding hope through the power of sports.
I've continued to make a promise and and keep a promise to him that I made when he was killed, is that I was going to use the game of football to help keep his memory around.
A search for answers away from the field.
You know, when something's taken away from you and then you get it back, there's even a greater appreciation.
And making the most of a second chance.
My biggest fear was just getting back to normal and being able to do everyday things like everyone else.
A look back at the stories and moments that inspired fans, players, and coaches. This is WHSV Sports Presents. And now your hosts, David de Guzman and Andrew Clay.
Hello and welcome to WHSV Sports Presents 2016. Over the next half hour, we'll revisit some of the most impactful stories and journeys that we've witnessed in the past year.
Yeah, from baseball player who found his way back to the field after a car accident to a powerful tradition on the gridiron of honoring our nation's fallen heroes.
And along the way, we'll count down the top sports moments in the Valley, but we begin tonight on the hardwood to a story we brought you nearly a year ago.
Yeah, last winter, Spotswood's Justin Kier taught us a valuable lesson that family is often more than blood. It's a lesson he learned from the teammates and coaches that have helped define him.
When you see all these senior nights and you see all these, parents just out here at every game, it really does, hurt sometimes. Growing up it's not easy. You'll have your bumps, you'll have your bruises, you'll have, your up and downs, and you got to push through them.
Justin Kier's story is not found in every locker room. He was 7 years old, riding along in the car when his mom, Keely, suffered a heart attack, leaving her paralyzed from the neck down.
She can't talk, she can't speak or any of that. She can hear, she can see. She's at home and she can't talk or anything, so it's not like I wake up and, hey, there's mom. So she's there, it kind of frustrates me sometimes when I don't realize that she's there sometimes. At first it was really hard because we had to put her in a nursing home. Going to living with her to having to travel 30 minutes from where I live to go see her, and it was a struggle.
Without a father in the picture, Evelyn Kier, Justin's grandmother, stepped in. She worked job after job, just trying to support her family.
I'm just doing what a mother and a grandmother should do. Taking care of my babies.
Grandmas don't grow up thinking they have to take care of another set. Having her there and having her be by my side, and I know that I can count on her whenever, it's crazy. Probably wouldn't be the person I am right now without her.
But it wasn't just his grandmother raising him. Justin realized the man behind the whistle wasn't just Coach Edwards.
Him and the coaching staff and Coach Davis and all of them are my dads. I wouldn't have it any other way.
My daughter, my son, refer to him as their big brother. The example that he role models for my own children and children in the community, I think, is a good thing. Coach Edwards has really made some sacrifices for Justin. I mean, he just loves Justin. He loves him, and I'm just so thankful to him.
Coach Edwards spent countless hours working with Justin away from Penn Laird, at camps and in front of scouts, helping Justin land a spot at George Mason University.
I think people overstate my role in his success. He deserves the most credit. His grandmother is close behind.
Never thought this day would come. Hard work does pay off.
Kier has earned a starting role for the Patriots. While his mom doesn't get to see him play in person, she takes the court every night.
Every shoe I get for basketball, I put her initials on it just to let me know, I'm doing this for my mom. She's here with me.
Justin Kier's life has challenged the definition of family. But each night, one word across his chest, Spotswood, taught him that family is more than blood.
At the end of the day, Coach would always let us know we're family, and family fight. But at the end of the day, we always love each other, and I love those guys to the day.
Kyer and the Patriots are now off to one of their best starts since 2011 when Mason still played in the CAA.
In Fairfax, Mason beat JMU in an overtime thriller back in November.